Thank you, Meg. Hello, everyone. It's a great honor to stand before you all today. I'm very grateful and very humbled to be able to speak alongside such amazing individuals today. And for everyone who helped organize this event, I'm forever grateful. Today, we are all here to celebrate and dedicate the Franklin Permaculture Garden to past, present, and future members of the UMass Amherst campus community. You've all heard from Megan already about how this event was initiated. It came from the students. It's a grassroots movement. And then we decided to compost those grassroots and establish our own roots that have now spread further than we ever could have imagined. In under 1 year, we have created this amazing story. Together, we transformed a 12,000 square foot grass lawn into a beautiful, low-maintenance, diverse, edible, educational, and model permaculture garden that's also very replicable. Yeah. We've had close to 500 volunteers help out in the garden since last fall. Over 10,000 UMass students have been exposed to a presentation about permaculture in the last year. We've moved over 500,000 pounds of compost and wood chips by hand using no fossil fuels on site in the last year. And we have planted over 1,000 edible plants. Woo! Nice job, everyone. In addition to the students, this project was a collaborative effort among many different departments around campus. Auxiliary services, physical plant, facilities planning, the College of Natural Science, Commonwealth College, the Office of Waste Management, the Office of News and Media Relations. All of us together today can celebrate the success we've had. In addition to our campus, the impact of this garden, right out back of me, is being felt far outside of the university's walls. Our part 1 of the documentary video series that's being made about UMass Permaculture has been viewed by tens of thousands of people worldwide. I just came back from speaking at a conference, the International Permaculture Conference in Amman, Jordan, where I was approached by people in New Zealand, Australia, South America, and the Middle East, who all came up to me and said, "I saw your video." They were all aware of and incredibly inspired by what we're doing here at UMass Amherst. I've been in communication with individuals from dozens of other campuses, all across the world, who are trying to create similar permaculture initiatives like we have here at UMass Amherst. And they're all turning to us for answers. We are looked upon as one of the first and most successful universities in the country to begin regenerating underused and marginalized landscapes and transition them toward producing food for the campus dining services. And you all get to enjoy some of that food today. All of this happened in under 1 year. So where do we go now? What's next? Well, in short, we've only just begun. I'm proud to announce that in just a few weeks, we'll begin another landscaping project on the campus. This one a bit more challenging. Located in the southwest residence area, adjacent to the Berkshire Dining Commons, exists an often overlooked landscape that has had some rather difficult existing conditions. It's a site that's been compacted, eroded, denuded, degraded due to its steep slope and difficult location. Whenever I walked by and shown this landscape to others, exclaiming that we'll soon have a garden here, I'm often met with disbelief. Not even grass is growing there. And oftentimes you'll see birds giving themselves a dust bath on the site. But as bad as this might sound, we are looking at this as an amazing opportunity to showcase what permaculture is all about. So I'd like to take the remainder of my time up here to talk about that word, permaculture. As you all know, we're dedicating a permaculture garden today. But I want to be sure that we all really know what that word means. So yes, permaculture is a form of regenerative agriculture. It's about regenerating ecosystems. But let's not mistake it for solely being about food. A huge part of it is about community and working together. And it also involves tackling some of the world's really scary problems. And there's a lot of those out there. Poverty, hunger, social inequity, climate change, just to name a few. Oftentimes, it's uncomfortable to talk about these subjects with others or in big groups like this. I feel a bit uncomfortable right now bringing them up in front of all of you. It's overwhelming to think about them, let alone try to tackle them head on. But what we are doing here, building these gardens on campus, is getting down to the roots of many of these problems. We are solving these issues right now. We're doing something so big and so important. And I know in my heart, that's why so many individuals are incredibly supportive of what we're doing. Look around the room for a minute. The fact that we've had an entire campus of 40,000 people, plus members of the local community, work together for an entire year to create a garden and produce food in a sustainable way, that's permaculture at its core. 100 of you showed up last winter to help us design this garden. And now look at what we've created. It's truly a replicable model for others to see and mimic all over the world. One that is ecologically sound and provides food and education for the local community. I feel so excited, motivated, inspired all the time in my job because there are so many people I work with who focus on the solutions rather than the problems. And now we have something amazing to show for it. So I want to say a few thank yous before I step away from the mic. Chancellor Harb, Ken Tung, Pat Daly, Pam Mon, Steve Goodwin, John Gerber, for all your support. This couldn't have happened without you. UMass Dining and Mark Morissette for being a continuous supporter and providing the great food today. John O'Niger of Regenerative Design Group, a good friend and a mentor of mine, who helped us design and implement this incredibly magnificent garden. Nathan Aldrich, Sustainability Specialist. You've done such an amazing job overseeing this. And Ezra Small, the newly hired Sustainability Manager at the university. All of this permaculture is part of an even greater campus sustainability initiative at the University of Massachusetts Amherst to reduce our ecological impact all over the campus. And last but not least, Frances Moore Lappe for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here to talk with us and celebrate with us today. And very finally, the UMass Permaculture Committee, past and present, who have been nominated for a Real Food Challenge Award. You have given something so meaningful to your campus, and it has been so much fun working with you all. So I want to end my talk today with a quote from another teacher of mine. His name is Jeff Lawton, who's currently doing amazing work greening the deserts in the Middle East. And he says, all of the world's problems can be solved in a garden. I encourage you to think about that quote even after the event today. So thank you all so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing even more of you in our gardens very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Our final speaker this afternoon is the highly respected and influential author of 18 books and recipient of 17 honorary doctorates, Frances Moore Lappe. Her most notable book, Diet for a Small Planet, sold over 3 million copies worldwide and revolutionized the way Americans think about food. She is the co-founder of 3 organizations, including Food First, the Institute for Food and Development Policy, and more recently, the Small Planet Institute, a collaborative network for research and popular education seeking to bring democracy to life, which she leads with her daughter, Anne Lappe. Frances and her daughter have also co-founded the Small Planet Fund, which channels resources to democratic social movements worldwide. Most recently, Frances is releasing her newest book, EcoMind, Changing the Way We Think to Create the World We Want, which will be available for purchase following the ceremony. She will also be sticking around today for book signing after the event. We are honored to have Frances here at our dedication today. Please welcome Frances Moore Lappe.